Yeah, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Baha Kadash. Hey, double honor to the apostles and the others, great millstone. Peace and salutation for the whole Philek Akim that's pushing his word. So, yeah, we here, brothers, man. We here. Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. That's why we are great millstone always, you know, when we come with this word, is always about prophecy, prophecy. You know, you see these other guys out there, these Christians and these other Israelite groups, trying to bring in more of the audience with this hell doctrine. That's another story for another time. But we in the time of prophecy right now because we're entering the time of Jacob's trouble. That's part of prophecy. Okay, so don't believe these assholes out there. They ain't know Jacob's trouble already passed. Well, explain Daniel the 12th chapter. See, they can never explain to you through scriptures, man. All right? They try to keep rocking you to sleep. They're saying everything's okay. It's not happening, man. So right now, as we come in the spirit of prophecy as Yahweh Shai. All right? So let's get to it. This is Revelation 19, verse 10. It's going to be a quick lesson because you saw what's happening in Chicago. You know, I think it was on Friday morning. You know, they bum rush Chicago over there, their apartments over there, and you seeing children getting zip tied, man, just like the modern day slavery shackles. Okay, but you got zip ties and handcuffs. All right, you had babies being zip tied with just pajamas on. What threat do they pose? It just shows you that how much hate that the so-called white man has for our people, man. Right? It's a perpetual hatred. All right. That's what's rolling here. But is it really an all-out war against who? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. You Israelites. That's who the real war is against, man. Okay? So this is Revelation 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren. There's the angel talking to John the Revelator. He basically telling John, hey, don't be bound to me, man. I'm your fellow brethren. All right, I'm here to send you a message. All right, for I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, and this is why we doing it, man. Okay, we supposed to be occupied in prophecy, and as you can see, you go to Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. You know, even though it tarry, wait for it, but it shall not tarry. Well, it's here. Okay, we here now. We at that time. All right, we're entering Jacob's trouble. So when that digital ID comes here in America for full, complete control, Jake is going to start wilding out even more. All right, but where were you, Chicago gang members, when all this went down? Where were y'all? Y'all were hiding. Okay, as we knew what y'all gonna do, y'all gonna hide, man. Because why we know? Because you're part of that system. You're part of Esau Edom's system here, man. Okay? You're paid off. So we see through the BS of our people, man. Okay? So let's go to one of these prophecies, man, here real quick. All right? And there's so many things that's going on right now. As you can see, they labeled us as domestic teas. All right? Basically like we're the Cobra of G.I. Joe. Put it like that. Okay? I'm gonna say it like that. All right, so let's go to one of these prophecies real quick. All right, this is on Jeremiah 30th chapter. All right, on the Old Testament. All right, okay. Let me get to it real quick. Jeremiah 30. And look at this, more breaking news coming out with Dabu 7, man. A lot of these people right now, they disregarding their princes, basically. The people in America disregarding the people of authority. All right, and guess what? That's part of prophecy, Isaiah 13, I believe. All right, so let's go to what I was going to get again. Oh yeah, Jeremiah. Salaka for being all track because things like this popping up on my feed. All right, this is Jeremiah verse 30. Let's go to verse 5. For thus says the Lord. Lord is in all caps, meaning the Most High Himself, Yahweh. All right. For thus says the Lord, we heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. So, is there peace going around this earth? No, it's not, man. There's no peace on this earth at all. Okay? As you can see, there's nothing but a time of vibration of mourning here on this earth. Why? Because the wicked is in authority. All right, so let me get that precept before I read that. Authority. Let's get to it. Authority. All right. This is Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Now, as you can see, if you observe your surroundings and the times and places we in, you know what I'm saying? Do you see any peace? Hell no. There's wars, rumors of wars, uproars of the people. Okay? You know, martial law. Okay? So when Trump said this is going to be a good training ground for our troops, what that screams out? Martial law. Okay? So guess what? We're not at a time of peace. Why? Because the righteous not in authority. Who the righteous? First and foremost, starting with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai down to the elect. That's the righteous that's going to be in authority. But we're not in authority yet. All right? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right? And this earth right now is in a state of mourning. There's no peace, man. It's nothing but chaos. And this is what the so-called white man wants. He wants nothing but chaos because he's trying to push in his new world order with these new laws. Okay? But guess what? It's the Lord that's controlling all this, man. So let's go back to Jeremiah, verse 5. For thus says the Lord, we heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with a child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins. So you know we see men, like for example, you know, I'm not meant to be funny, but when you watch Martin, when he gets scared, he have his hands by his nuts, by his stomach, or by his groin, showing fear. Well, that's how all the men is going to be here in America, man. They're going to be walking in fear and confusion, basically having full of despair, basically no hope. Okay? So what you saw with this kid being zip tied, what did the parents do? They were in fear and confusion. Right? It's not only Latinos getting locked up and being put away. You niggas too. Okay? Like I said, it's an all-out war against Jacob. It's an all-out war against Israel. The real people. Alright? Let's read. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with a child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail. So basically these men, so-called tough men out here, is going to be screaming like bitches, man. And acting like them. Alright? Let's read. And all faces are turned into paleness, basically full of fear. Okay? They're basically going to be full of fear and confusion. What the hell is going on? I live in America. I was born here. I work hard. And they're going to be in a confused state and full of fear. But guess what? This is part of prophecy. What's going to happen to our people, man. At time and time again, we are great millstone, the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and true servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, true servants of God, how we say in this world. We telling you, we warning our people. We telling y'all time after time, week after week, day by day, and giving you warning. We blowing the trumpet. All right, but who's going to hear it? The elect. And Lord willing, we're that hopeful elect. Now let's read. At last, for that day is great. Okay, that day is going to come, man. When that madman is going to come sparing none. All right, who's that madman? Our enemy, Esau, Edom, and his beast system. Okay, let's read. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Even in the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And who's that he that should be saved out of it? It's talking about the elect, man. Okay? So we out here warning our people, look, man, it's gonna get worse from here and out. Okay? It may be a moment when you think you are at peace, but guess what? Sudden destruction is gonna come at your door. Alright? So we giving you warning through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. As our duty and our job to do, man. It's an exciting time, man. We at the time of prophecy of Jacob's trouble, entering Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans better wake your asses up, man, because the so-called white man is coming. That wolf. So then, just want to do a quick video on that. To then, another video. Shalom.